Hello, geometry students, or really student, because you're watching this individually, I assume. What I've got for you guys is 5 review problems. We're not going to cover anything new with this Saturday lesson. I really don't want to do that with you guys. We're going to do 5 review problems. All of these problems were concepts that you guys struggled with on the quiz that we took today when I'm recording this Wednesday of this week. And hopefully they're going to help you out. After we get through the video, I have got a review assignment for you guys from your textbooks. I didn't make something for you. It's from the textbook, and I will both post that in the bundle as to the problems you're going to do, and I'll mention that at the end of the video. Before I forget, I have in the bundle, don't forget that there are skeleton notes that you can print off so you can follow along with these examples and see how we're doing them. All right, number 1 here, we want to find the value of the variables. We've got this really cool visual that's going on. Notice that this top and bottom sandwich bun lines are parallel. So that means that corresponding angles are congruent, alternate interior angles are congruent, and same side interior angles are supplementary. All right, so let's see if we can find any of those special angle pairs. Well, we know that 3y here, right here, has got to be congruent to the angle just opposite it, this 3y as well, right? Now, why did I do that? Well, they're vertical angles. Think of how in class I showed you with my forearms, when the forearms intersect, those top and bottom angles are congruent regardless of how my forearms swing back and forth. So we've got a 3y just opposite the 3y we had. Well, that's kind of nice because this 3y, which we just started to work with, and this y up here, check it out. This transversal that I'm drawing an arrow to, that's the knife cutting across the 2 parallel sandwich buns. The 3y angle and the y angle circled in red are on the same side of that transversal in the interior of the sandwich bun. So those are same side interior angles. And because the 2 lines that have the blue arrows are parallel, same side interior angles are supplementary. So we can say y plus 3y is equal to 180 degrees. Now how do we solve that? Well, just go ahead and combine the y's on the left. 1y and 3y's, 4y's equals 180 degrees. Divide through by 4, and then you get that y is equal to, I believe that's 45 degrees. Just like so. So we found y. We found the this angle right here I'm drawing an arrow to. All right, so how does that help us? Well, if we know y, and we know that x is right beside it, check it out. Y and x form half of this semicircle. We know that half of a circle is 180 degrees in all. So x and y together have to be supplementary. So I can say x, which I'm trying to find, plus y, which we know is 45 degrees, is equal to 180 degrees. Subtract off the 45 from both sides, and we get that x is equal to 135 degrees. Swagtastic. There you go. We found x and found y, knowing that the top and bottom sandwich buns were parallel. Not too bad. All right, second problem here. Classify each pair of angles in the same color as alternate interior, same side interior, or corresponding angles. All right. Now the color on the smartboard is not showing up real well here. Hopefully you guys can see this okay on the video. We've got 2 black angles right here. Notice that the 2 lines that form those angles that are running kind of beside each other, they're not parallel, but that doesn't mean that angles 3 and 4, these black angles, can't be alternate interior, same side, or corresponding. The knife cutting across our sandwich buns, the transversal, is right here that I just drew an arrow to. 3 and 4 are on the same side of the knife, so that means they cannot be alternate interior angles, and they are both in the interior of the buns, or where the condiments and the meat would go. So, angles 3 and 4, the black angles, are, only option here for us is that they are on the same side of the transversal in the interior of the sandwich buns. And there you go. That's what the black angles are. All right, let's go ahead and just choose, I'm going to choose red next. Notice that one thing I got to be careful with. We don't know that 3 and 4 are congruent, so I really got to do something like that. 2 different sets of curves. Angles 1 and 2, we'll use even more curves here. 2, 3, 4, because we don't know what the measures of these are. Yeah, angles 1 and 2. The lines that kind of run side by side that form them are the middle line and the bottom line here. We've got the same knife right down the middle that cuts across those two. And angles 1 and 2 in red are corresponding. Right? Check it out. Angle 2 on bottom is top right. Look at that bottom bun right here that I'm again drawing an arrow to, and the knife cutting across it that I'm again drawing an arrow to. Angle 2 is on the top side of that bottom bun to the right of the knife. Now let's check out this middle line again. Angle 1 is on the top side of that bun to the right of the knife, so they're corresponding angles. All right, on to 3, we're going to work with angle 6 and angle 5. Where are the sandwich buns in this case? Well, I see sandwich buns right here on top and right here on bottom. Those are the sandwich buns. We've got the same knife cutting across the middle. This time we see that they're on alternate sides of the knife, still in the interior of the sandwich buns. So we would say that these are alternate interior angles. And there you go. We have classified each. You guys struggled with that on the quiz. This is a really good example to pay attention to if you haven't already, which I certainly hope you did. All right, example 3 here. Find the value of x for which L and M are parallel. Don't forget that those double vertical lines mean parallel. So you have your sandwich buns right here and right here. You've got your knife cutting across those sandwich buns right here. Well, notice that angle 105 and the 3x minus 18 angle are on alternate sides of that knife. They are not in the interior of the bun. So these are not alternate interior angles. They're not corresponding angles, because if what corresponds to 105 is this guy over here. Well, thankfully, that's actually going to help us out. The 105-degree angle has got to be the same here on the left on line L as it is here on the right on line M. It's 105 degrees each time. And because we know that, we know that this 105-degree angle we just started working with and this 3x minus 18 angle, they are on the same side of a line together. They make up all of that line, 105 degrees plus 3x minus 18 degrees. Those are supplementary angles. They make up, again, they make up this half circle right here. I'm going to take that away just so it doesn't confuse you, but those two angles are adjacent. They form a linear pair. So let's go ahead and combine stuff on the left so that we can get a value for x. 105 minus 18 is 87 degrees plus 3x equals 180 degrees. Subtract off the 87. 3x is equal to 93 degrees. Divide through by 3, and x comes out to be 31 degrees. No sweat. So here, knowing that the lines, well, we wanted to prove and find x so that L and M were parallel. Well, if L and M are parallel again, we could use this idea that corresponding angles here and here are congruent, and that saves the day. So really, that's not going anywhere, guys. You got to be able to be comfortable with same side interior, alternate interior, or corresponding angles, depending upon the situation. All right, 4 here, 2 to go. Find the value of x, then classify the triangle by its angle measures. Well, we've got the big idea in 3-3 was that the sum of the interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if we have 2x plus 4, 2x minus 9, and x, those three angles combined, the sum of those three should come out to be 180 degrees. So let's see if that takes us anywhere. We're going to say 2x plus 4 plus 2x minus 9 plus x is equal to the 180 degrees in every triangle. Let's combine our x's on the left. We've got 2x, 2x, and x. That's 5x. 4 minus 9 is negative 5 equals 180 degrees. Add 5 to both sides, you get 5x equals 185. Divide through by 5 and you get that x is equal to, I believe that is 37 degrees. Let me double check my math here real quick. Yeah, that makes sense. There you go. Not too bad. Those three angles on any triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. All right, last one here. We want to find the value of n. A little bit more challenging than the last problem. In this problem, we don't know the sum of the interior angles right off the bat. But we do know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And we know that to find the sum of the angles for any sided polygon, we can use this expression. We can say n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Plugging in for n, we can substitute the 6, the number of sides that we have. So 6 minus 2 times 180 degrees. That's 4 times 180, which comes out to be 720 degrees. All the angles inside have to add up to 720 degrees using this handy dandy expression right there. All right, so if that's true, if all of these angles right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here add up to 720 degrees, we can make the following equation. We can say 135 degrees plus 62 degrees plus 151 degrees plus 140 degrees plus n plus 6 is equal to 720. Let's combine on the left. So we have 135 and 62 takes us to 195. So you get 195 from these two. 151 and 140 is 291 from these two, plus 2n plus 6 equals 720 degrees. All right, let's combine further on the left. We've got, let's see, that should be 500 minus 5 minus 9 is 14, so 486, 492. 492 degrees when we add this, and this on the left, plus 2n equals 720 degrees. Subtract off that 492, you get 2n is equal to 228. Divide through by 2, and you get n is equal to 114 degrees. Sweet. All right, a little bit of a longer problem, but honestly, the number of steps that we took to solve that was not too bad. All right, so your homework assignment, this will be posted in the bundle. I want to reiterate for you guys now. Page 174, I want you to solve 12 through 18 and 22 through 24. Again, on page 174, 12 through 18 and 22 through 24. Also, on that next page, I want you to solve problems 30 through 33, but change the directions to be the following. On 30 through 33, all I want you to do on those problems, this is actually easier than what they ask you to do, find the sum of the angles inside each polygon that they give you. Again, on 30 through 33, find the sum of the angles inside each polygon that they give you. All right, thanks for hanging with, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.